Mamadou Sangare is Brentford's record signing and a star in the making. The sky's the limit for him. I had just been appointed as the new national team coach of Mali, and in my first squad, in September 2024, Mamadou was part of it. I remember Yves Bissouma asked questions of the new guys and said, "Which position do you prefer?" Mamadou replied, "Your position." So it showed a lot of confidence and belief. Advertisement Tom Saintfiet, who stepped down as Mali head coach in April after 2 years in the role, is sharing his memories of managing Mamadou Sangare with The Athletic. Sangare, 24 years old and one of the standout players in League One last season, will play in the Premier League in 2026-27 after securing a €48 million, £41.1 million, move to Brentford, a club record fee for the West London side.
Tired of constantly refilling your pet's water bowl? This filtered fountain keeps water circulating and offers a generous capacity, giving cats and small dogs convenient access to flowing water. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/5 right now.
He's an intelligent player, he has skills, he can play well under pressure, he is strong in ball recoveries and very smart in possession. He is a complete player, adds Saintfiet, who has managed no fewer than 12 different national teams. He is a fantastic human being and a very humble guy. He's a very serious professional and focused on his job. Sometimes I played him out of position, but he always did what was asked of him to help me and help the team. He is the new star, the new diamond, of football in Mali. People are very proud of him, and he can be an example to a lot of other people. Sangare, who was born in the Malian capital of Bamako, began his football journey at Yvelines Olympique, a club renowned for developing some of the country's brightest young talents, and one that counts former West Ham and Tottenham striker Frédéric Canout as an ambassador. At Yvelines Olympique, Sangare was known as Gaucher, which translates as lefty or left-footed. In his final season at Yvelines Olympique, the club finished as runners-up in the Malian Premier Division, and by September 2020, his performances had seen him secure a move to Austrian side RB Salzburg on a 5-year contract. Jour Yvelinitos. Grande journée pour Yvelines, dans quelques heures, unmatched capital dans la course au titre de champion du Mali. Et en attendant, nous vous annonçons la signature de notre milieu de terrain, Mamadou Sangare Gaucher, at Red Bull Salzburg pour 5 ans. Pic Twitter, com/99JJWGLV Yvelines, at Yvelines Olympique, September 3, 2020 in Austria. Sangare was sent out on loan to gain first-team experience, first at RB Salzburg's sister club FC Liefering, where he played alongside Manchester United striker Benjamin Sesko and under Matthias Gisol, who will soon replace Eddie Howe as Newcastle United head coach. Advertisement he had 2 further loan spells, at Grazer AK in Austria in 2021-22 and Zulte Waregem in the Belgian Pro League. For the first half of the 2022-23 before joining TSV Hartberg, also on loan, who were in the Austrian Bundesliga, in February 2023. He got a great deal of playing time with us, so it was a win-win situation for everyone, Roland Puches, from TSV Hartberg, told The Athletic. At Hartberg, Sangare made 48 appearances, scoring 3 goals and registering 4 assists. Puches said there were a couple of standout moments that stuck in the memory. In the spring of 2023, he scored the winning goal in an away match at Altech, he recalled. This was particularly special because that victory secured our survival in the league. During another away win in Wolfsburger, he celebrated in the front row with the fans and sang along enthusiastically through the megaphone, even though he could only speak a few words of German at that time. However, he was very keen to learn and was therefore a crowd favorite in Hartberg. He was technically strong, brought speed and vision to the game, and was aggressive in his tackling. He was warm, helpful, and always lively. During his time at Hartberg, a fellow Malian, Ousmane Diakite, currently playing for West Bromwich Albion in England's 2nd tier, was also playing there, so they spent a lot of time together. They cooked together, went out together, and played football on the PlayStation. It's remarkable that he's made such rapid progress, But it doesn't come as a surprise to us, we knew he'd go places. We're delighted for him. Sangare's performances for TSV Hartberg put him on the radar of Rapid Vienna, one of Austria's most decorated clubs, who felt they could prize him away from RB Salzburg. We organized a video call and convinced him to join our club, Markus Katzer, Rapid Vienna's sporting director, tells The Athletic. Advertisement Katzer remembers how, on the call, Sangare spoke fluent German, which impressed him, while he was equally happy to chat in English. Katzer negotiated a deal with RB Salzburg, and they managed to sign Sangare for $700K. He says they told Sangare they wouldn't stand in his way if a bigger club came in for him the following summer. It was at Rapid Vienna that Sangare's career really took off, with the midfielder earning an international call-up for the first time. He made his debut for Mali under Saintfiet against Mozambique on September 6, 2024. He has since played 16 times for his country, one of Africa's biggest footballing nations never to have played at a World Cup. He's a great human, he's a guy who loves competition, who always wants to win, who loves to develop himself and work hard on himself to get better and better, Katzer said. He did so well for us. He was a bit unlucky with the red card that he got in the quarter-final of the Europa Conference against Djurgården. It was after about 5 minutes. But in all the other games, he was one of the best players on the pitch. I could see that he had the potential for much, much more. I remember he played against Austria Vienna in the derby. It's a really huge game. It's the most important game for the supporters and the club, and he scored an unbelievable goal. He always played so well in the European games. He's technically very strong, he can dribble, and he can always find solutions in really, really tight spaces. And then how he wins balls is his biggest strength. He's a mix between a 6 and an 8. He was crazy about getting better, he was addicted to it. He always wanted to be outside on the pitch longer and working on his game with the assistant coaches to improve himself. However, there were some issues with his disciplinary record, as he picked up 16 yellow cards and 2 reds in 44 appearances across all competitions, something he has worked to rectify. Away from the pitch, Katzer described Sangare as down-to-earth. Advertisement, he recalled how he used to arrive at training from his nearby apartment on an electric scooter every day, wearing Crocs. He was always in his apartment, he was just focused on football, he added. He said, "I just love football, so I play football and I play PlayStation at home." He was also very religious and a practicing Muslim. Katzer said he is still in touch with Sangare, and he was joking recently about trying to bring him back to Rapid Vienna. After starring for Rapid Vienna, Sangare signed for RC Lens in Ligue 1 for Euros 8 million, including bonuses, with the Austrian club retaining a 10 to 15% sell-on clause. RC Lens, who finished 8th the previous season, had recently installed Pierre Sage as their new head coach, following the departure of Will Still to Southampton. In one of Europe's most exciting storylines of last season, RC Lens ran Paris Saint-Germain close for the title, finishing as runners-up, while they won the Coupe de France for the first time in their history, sparking wild celebrations. Starring alongside captain Adrien Thomasson in central midfield, Sangare was one of Ligue 1's best players. He was named in Ligue 1's Team of the Season, while he also won the Marc-Vivien Foe Award for the Best African Player in the league. Speaking at a press conference ahead of the Le Havre match in January, which The Athletic attended, Sangare spoke about his desire to keep improving. "I was trained as an attacking midfielder, but I feel really comfortable in the double pivot here," he said in quotes published on the club's website. "I've had technical ability since I was very young. I was lacking in physicality when I first arrived in Austria, so I worked a lot on that aspect during my various loan spells. I'm still young, so I have room for improvement, both technically and physically. Advertisement, sometimes I lose possession and lack concentration. Those are things I need to work on. My style is really based on playing forward. Finishing is something I'm really working on. I'm determined to improve. I want to be a bit more decisive for the team." In an interview with RFI in May, Sangare spoke about how he'd quickly had to get to grips with life in Austria after moving from Mali. "I had to adapt to the language, culture, and the way football is played in Europe," he told the publication. All of that helped me gain experience, mature, and improve a great deal. RC Lens president Joseph Ouarlian described Sangare as an amazing player and knew there would be interest after his fantastic performances last season. He told The Athletic how a number of clubs came to watch Sangare last season, but it was Brentford who decided to make their interest concrete with a club record fee. Our fabric is that we're able to replace players and find new players, Ouarlian explained. Crystal Palace, who brought in Sage from Lens as their new manager earlier this summer, had been interested in Sangare, but were not able to match the financial package offered by Brentford. Given his quality and his young age, the sky's the limit for him, Putches said. It's very impressive how in his first season in League One, he played such a major role, Saintfiet added. I can see similar things happening at Brentford. I can imagine him immediately showing his quality. He doesn't show his quality by talking, he shows it on the pitch.